This is the podcast overview for week 8, and we will be covering chapter 8, Development Across the Lifespan. Here is your to-do list for the week. I have your objectives here for chapter 8, and you can click here to listen to the podcast that goes along with these objectives, outlining each one. Your lecture slides for chapter 8. And I have a couple videos for you. The first one has to do with morality. So part of this week's readings cover Kohlberg's stages of morality. And it's actually part of your discussion questions for this week. So this video will help outline that a little bit more. And there's some other things in there besides morality. It does cover also Harlow's experiment with the rhesus monkeys, and covering sort of what was learned about love and relationships and how we form that together. So that's the first video. And the second video deals with adolescence. So this is a chapter on development. It's pretty much going to walk you through infant to all the way to death, really. So all the major stages: childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, middle adulthood, and then older adults, and looking at death and dying. So this video focuses on adolescence in particular, and some different theories and constructs dealing with that specific life phase. Your discussion for this week, like I said, deals with the question of morality. How do we learn what is moral and what isn't moral? And so you're going to be reading the Hawk reading for this particular discussion, which is 5.3, How Moral Are You? And again, it deals with Kohlberg's work. And you'll be just talking about the different levels and stages that Kohlberg proposed for the development of morality. He was very much a stage theorist, and he said that our morality develops in stages over our lifespan. We don't all start out understanding what is right and wrong. We have different versions of what is right and wrong depending upon how old we are. And you're going to then apply that to a situation like Hurricane Katrina, which was a while back. I mean, really, you can pick any kind of like dire situation. But if you don't know much about Hurricane Katrina, you can Google it and read a little bit about it. But there was a lot of looting that happened, and there was a lot of things that went wrong during the aftermath of the hurricane. And instead of people really helping, there was a lot of people hurting. And Kohlberg has, something to say about why that might occur. He didn't experience Hurricane Katrina, but using his different levels of morality, I'd like you to explain how a 7-year-old, a 16-year-old, and an adult would apply their moral reasoning to that situation. How they would reason out why people acted the way that they did during the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. And then I want you to look at one of the major criticisms about Kohlberg's work, and that is that he studied morality using proposed moral dilemmas rather than real life moral predicaments that people find themselves in. And so how might that alter our understanding of morality or conclusions that we draw about it when we're not really using real life scenarios? And if we were wanting to study morality in real life, how could we go about that? What might a little mock experiment look like if we were to study people's morality or their levels of morality in real life? So that's your discussion. You're going to want to tie in the Hawk reading. And then also, if you look in your textbook in chapter 8, there's a lot of discussion about Kohlberg and morality, so you can tie that in too. I've included the Cite as you write instructions just for proper citations. A few people are still having some issues there. And then you have a quiz this week covering Chapter 8. So that pretty much sums up your week. Please let me know if you have any questions, or reach out to me if you'd like some more explanation or clarification of any of the concepts. Thanks, everyone.